Everybody told me, do not buy this house. Ooh, it's fair to say, it's a wet day in London. Welcome to the flat. What's up, dogs? I'm Charlie van den Berg, and I've got about 15 years of experience in the construction industry. For the last 2 years, I've ran my own property development company in London, and today we're going to have a look at my first development. Now, this place was an absolute wreck, but it had scope for improvement. I could see that it was a diamond in the rough. It had a lot of problems. It had damp, it had Japanese knotweed, it had a confusing ownership structure, but I could see the potential. In total, I spent about £100,000 on the project, and I took it from a value of £273,000 to £450,000. I managed the project myself whilst working full-time, but I did have help from Teeny. The project started with planning. I had to get the old deeds out and work out whether I owned part of the back garden or not, and if so, how much of it. So this is the deed. Long story short, what the estate agent had told me was wrong, and I actually owned more of the garden than we'd initially thought. I hired a local architect, and with him we got planning permission to turn the one bed into a 2-bedroom flat. There wasn't much of an internal strip out to do. As you can see, there was just like a concrete floor, a base. It was a bit of a shell of a house. So really, to get started, we started on the external demolition. To get the project moving, I actually had a separate contractor do the demolition, the excavation, and a bit of the groundworks, separated from the actual main contract to the internal works and building of the actual extension itself. This allowed me to save a bit of time in procurement while I could run the two things concurrently. It also meant I saved some money because I used a specialist to do the groundworks. On day one, I wasn't entirely sure whether I wanted to split the works out and have separate packages for each item of works. For example, get a tiler in, a carpenter, electrician, a plumber, split everything out with the idea of saving a bit of money, or just give it all to one main contractor. I got a lot of quotes, probably too many for the size of job it was. There was a massive disparity in the pricing between different contractors. I looked at it on an individual basis. I did some maths on it, and actually I worked out the price wasn't that different, splitting it out, which should have been a lot cheaper, or just getting a main contractor to manage it. I went for the main contractor option. It has a couple of advantages in the interfacing trades, and it meant that I could be a bit more hands-off. I still had a full-time job, and it meant that I wouldn't be responsible for any mistakes in terms of like a plumber turning up and he can only do an hour's worth of work because the electrician had to do something or something was in the way, and I didn't have, a kind of jack of all trades or a man there to kind of fill that gap. So I went with the main contractor. There's a couple of things I bought myself. I actually paid for the concrete. I bought some of the steel myself. I bought the windows, the doors, the sanitary ware, the kitchen, the tiles, all the kind of internal finishes, as well as a couple of the kind of easy external finishes. Oh, and the damp-proof equipment I bought myself as well. This is my second delivery of Vol-Sealed 250. It's great for basements. This is the kind of stuff that I've used in the past on commercial space. The idea is I just wanted to avoid the markup. So if the builder buys it, he puts his 15 or 20% on top. Whereas if I buy it, I buy it myself. I just pay the price. You've got to take a balance on this, whether you think your builder can actually get a discount, whether his trade discount is worth more or not. The build really started to shape up early on. As soon as we knocked a couple of walls down and put the steels in, it really opened the space up. We created an extra bedroom at the back. It was about 15 metres squared, and this added around £100,000 to the value of the property. I love this project. It was my first one, so it's always going to have kind of a sentimental and a soft spot in my heart. And on top of that, it also makes a good return. From start to finish, it took about a year. And since then, I've had it rented out at 100% occupancy for 2 years. In terms of repair works, maintenance, I spent about £180 on damages and a gas safety certificate, so it performs really well. I've got about £50,000 still kind of money stuck in the deal, still invested, and it makes me a return of about 24%. So I'm really happy with that. And this is the finished product. Hey guys, 99.9% finished flat. So come have a look. So we've got all our 4-way, 4-gang switch controlling all the lighting in the kitchen. The living room area, we've got our track lighting. I've got a lesson learned on these because actually at night time I want it a little bit dimmer and I said not to put dimmers in, and the correct answer should have been put dimmers in. So lesson learned. Every day is a school day. Washing washing machine area. Kitchen, I think is looking great. I really like the vein matching. We do this specifically. Really happy with that. Blinds, shutters are in. Really happy with these. They look really nice. Let's see, a couple of snags. Mine with this. This doesn't look finished. I think what I want to do is paint it, or you can get like little black inserts. So I think we do that. Really, really happy with the bathroom. I'm really happy. I think the bathroom looks really nice. It is clean. Towel rails nice and warm. I've got a couple of rope hooks on the back of here. All in all, yeah, really, really happy with the bathroom. Well designed. Master bedroom. See my assistant here. Whoa. Master bedroom. So these are the cables for the speakers. Speakers are in. You can control the roof light from this switch. I've got 2 remotes as well, trigger remotes. Really happy with that. So we've got nice, decent sized roof light up there. Security.